It's the Dark Wheel Update.
Dark Wheel Update. So, guess what, guys? Boys and girls, the Dark Wheel is pending expansion out of LP 787-52 as of around, Monday? This should take us to the undisclosed test site. It's redacted for LFT 509. Once there, we'll have 2 tests. Just landing there, what does that unlock a permit or do anything? And B, once we take the system and expand from it with a shape jump to 509, what happens then? I want to give a huge shout out to the Black Sky Legion, which is BSL-1 Squadron on computer. And we've got, I think next week we'll have some information for you on a PlayStation Squadron for BSL-1 starting up. And also hopefully soon a Xbox, because we want to have everything covered for BSL-1 Black Sky Legion. Wolf, you've been doing a lot of work with the Black Sky Legion out of shaping the jump in 78752. We kept it quiet because we didn't want to deal with any opposition, and I think our subterfuge worked. We're 3-0 at the Merculus Hue whatever that we landed in, and things are going well on the jump. It seems like, we don't want to give out any details, any information that we're not supposed to, but it seems like things are going pretty well. Why don't you hop in and give some shout outs to some people and tell us, how things are going on your end?
Oh, things are going quite well. I actually just finished up doing my day before BGS stuff, so I'll have my usual recon team helping me out when the tick happens, so that as soon as I get data, I can post orders not only to the Black Sky Legion and the Rabbit Hamster Assault Force tomorrow morning, but also an update to the standing orders for the general public. We should be done with that war to get the number 2 spot in 86 Mu Hercules, and we want to continue that climb to take over the system, because, hey, we got there. It wasn't owned by anybody, so now it's going to be owned by us. Add it to the list of systems that have the Dark Wheel flag flying on a station.
Hell yes. And let me ask you, as somebody, you've put in a lot of work on this over the last, couple months, and overall, over the life of this mission, you've got thousands of people that have been sort of answering the call and stepping up for the Dark Legion over the last year and doing work, some just here and there periodically, some religiously day to day. Let me ask you, what do you think about LFT 509 and how do you feel about the project as a whole?
I think LFT 509 poses our greatest chance of finding something interesting in the game, be it a permit or whatnot. From the information we have about the system, the smart money's there. Soul was a neat little test, and I'm glad we were able to get that done. It was one hell of an effort required by everybody, and thank you for contributing your time and flight hours making that happen. Doing an expansion inside most trafficked area of the bubble, the heart of Federation space, that was unpleasant. I am glad we're moving back outwards away from all the traffic, where I don't have to spend so many hours just staring at a screen, looking at numbers, and then shaking the magic 8-ball to see what we should do. Right. Okay. But it's been a lot of fun. I've learned way more about this game than I thought was even a thing. And I'm still intimidated as hell that there are so many people contributing to this project, and just waiting to see what I post up, and it's like, all right, copy that, we'll go do that. Yeah, I mean, we're getting it done. Can't ask for anything else.
All right, so let me ask you a question, Wolf. With regard to the whole project, basically we're at a point where, like, we can only do what we can do and see if Frontier responds. How do you feel with regard to, like, what do you think the chances are that Frontier will do something or not do something when we land in LFT 509? Because I know with your leadership in figuring out the landing and shaping it, and all of the people of the Black Sky Legion and the Rabbit Hamster Assault Force and the other workers for the Dark Wheel, we will land at our target site, which we're not going to say what it is for opposition reasons. But if we actually get there, and nothing happens. And it seems fairly obvious that Frontier doesn't feel like engaging or doing anything with this. I mean, how do you feel at that? Like, what do you think at that point is the situation? I
think it would be a supremely big oof and a missed opportunity on their part. We have, in the course of, hey, let's figure this out, gotten a massive amount of players together to do a non-official, non-sanctioned, mostly non-recognized community event in Elite. And it's been one hell of a ride. We've been doing this for just almost a year, going back to your original post date in the thread on the forums.
Yeah. And that was, to be clear, that was back in May of 2020 when there was no CGs, there was no Galnet, there was no anything. And we were keeping people sort of going in the game and keeping things alive.
I would hope they do something would be better than nothing. I would supremely hate to see them throw away a perfectly good opportunity to have some finalization, meaningful engagement. You know, maybe it's because of what we're doing. There's some whatever policy on their end that says thou shalt not say anything about this whatsoever until they're done. Which, okay, fine, dandy. That's completely plausible. But I just hope at some point something either happens or they say something or whatnot. Otherwise, it's gonna feel like we were just doing this for ha-has, which, to be honest, we are. But we're honestly hoping to find out, some mysteries in the game. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. We found perfectly good data for Lave, how that didn't pan out to anything spectacular. And also we found out that Shinrarta, we found out that that's got special BGS.
Mm-hmm.
We actually had them comment on that.
Yep.
And then for Soul, Hutton Orbital got in there a while back and were taken out saying this wasn't for you. So the question, well, who is it for? Maybe the Dark Wheel. We've not 100%, I'd say 99% answered the question in that it's not for the Dark Wheel. There's still a way that maybe it could be entered.
In the future?
The requirements of doing that sort of a test are so astronomically difficult and time consuming that the answer might as well be 100% no.
I get you.
So we got an answer. We didn't get the answer we were looking for, but we got an answer, and we couldn't have done that without everybody's help.
When you're doing a scientific test, all you can do is set it up and witness the results. You can't make it be what you want it to be. You just have to see what happens. And in the end, either Frontier will engage on this or they will ignore the work done by many, like literally thousands of their commanders over the past year. And we'll see. It's up to them to decide.